If you are a SNAP benefit recipient, then you need to stay alert because your food stamps could be in danger. Why? Look at this. New work requirements could take away SNAP benefits from millions, and this is shocking for already struggling Americans who are unable to put 3 meals a day for themselves and their loved ones. But there's a good news as well, as something big just happened, and at the same time it could increase your food stamp benefits if this one thing happens. But this is not it. Look at this. 12 states to restrict SNAP purchases through USDA waivers means a number of Americans, and we are talking about millions, will not be able to buy a number of things with their EBT SNAP food stamp cards. I'm gonna give you each and every detail, but all I need is just a little favor. It takes 2 seconds to please smash the like button on this video. So without any further ado, let's start the video. So let's start the video with the new requirements for food stamp recipients, and this is a silent earthquake because you need to understand that millions and millions of Americans will not be able to receive food stamps anymore under new requirements, and a number of people are already reporting in our comment section that they have stopped receiving their food stamp benefits. But there's something that you can do right now in order to keep receiving your benefits, so make sure you stay with us till the end to know each and everything. But let's start with new work requirements could take away SNAP benefits from millions. If you are a SNAP benefits, check out if you're able to comply with new work requirements just approved. Yes, new work requirements just got approved under this administration, and a number of analysts and experts are calling this vague and bogus work requirements because it will take food stamps away from millions and millions of Americans who are already struggling to put 3 meals a day for themselves and their loved ones. Remember, things are changing very quickly for these recipients because more things are coming that will shock you, and I'm talking about 12 states to restrict SNAP purchases through USDA waiver. How it's going to impact you, this is very important. Now Americans will not be able to buy sugary drinks and candies, and there's a chaos among parents because they are saying that why this is something that can bring joy to our kids. We are already struggling, and now banning candies and sugary drinks is indeed a bad step from this administration. But a number of health officials are saying this is a great step and this will make America healthy again. But let's go towards this very important update. Like a silent earthquake, changes to Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, also known as SNAP, are beginning to fracture the food security of vulnerable communities. The so-called Big Beautiful Bill signed by President Donald J. Trump on July the 4th imposes work requirements that are already leaving those struggling to make ends meet without safety nets. You need to understand now there's a new work requirements means a person have to work at least 80 hours a month in order to receive food stamp benefits. But this has opened another Pandora box, and what I mean by that, because people who are actually working 80 hours a month, now they're saying when they go to the SNAP benefit office, they are hearing that your income is above the limit, so you will not be able to get the food stamps. At one point their 80-hour work rule, and if a person meets that requirement when it goes to the HHS office, means Health and Human Services office, or SNAP benefits office, these are different names in different states. So if you go to the office, they say that you are working 80 hours a month. This is great because you fulfill this requirement, but your income is above the limit, and this is leaving millions of Americans in great stress because they are saying, what are we going to do? Our income is not enough. We are not able to put 3 meals a day for ourselves. So what we need to do now? And a number of analysts and experts are saying that this administration needs to reverse this rule as soon as possible because it will devastate the lives of millions and millions of Americans. Let me know in the comments below, what do you think about this situation? Because right now this is a tricky situation. If you earn more than $14 or $15 an hour and you work 80 hours, then it might be a possibility that you will not be able to receive your food stamp benefits. Why? Because your income will be over the poverty threshold, and 80 hours of work rule is a nightmare for millions of Americans. That's what a number of analysts and experts are saying, including some of the Democratic leaders are also saying that this rule needs to be changed or reversed, because it will ruin millions of lives and Americans who are already struggling. It will put more stress on them and on their financial situation. But what about this? 12 states to restrict SNAP purchases through USDA waiver. This is very shocking. Why? Because when it comes to the details, 12 states have officially adopted waivers from the US Department of Agriculture USDA to restrict what kind of foods can be purchased using Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program card, also known as SNAP or EBT card. On Monday, USDA Secretary Brooke Rollins approved new waivers for Florida, West Virginia, Oklahoma, Texas, Louisiana, and Colorado. Now, people who live in Florida, West Virginia, Oklahoma, Texas, Louisiana, and Colorado will not be able to buy sugary drinks as well as candies for their kids. Sugary drinks is something that we should also avoid, but you need to understand candies is something that the parents buy very rarely for their kids, but it brings them some sort of joy. If you're having any trouble in your home, then and your kids are under the effect of this stress, so a candy, a drink here and then, which actually gives them the joy that they need at that time to get out of the stress. But right now it seems like things are going the other direction for millions and millions of parents. So let me know in the comments below, what do you think about this situation? But let's go back towards the work requirement, and this is something that we really need to talk about, because a number of comments are coming in our videos and they're saying that what should we do? I don't work 80 hours a month, it means I'll not be able to get the food stamp or SNAP benefits anymore. Well, there are some exemptions as well, so you need to understand this. If you are 65 years and up, you are exempt from this work requirement. If you are a parent and taking care of any kid who is 14 years and younger, then you are exempt from this work requirement. And if you are a disabled person, then you're also exempt from this work requirement. Pregnant women are also exempt from this work requirement. So you need to understand there is some pros and cons to it as well, but a number of analysts and experts are saying that there are more cons than pros for Americans in this new work requirement, because if an individual is working 80 hours a month for any reason, that income never touches the 130% of the poverty line, which is actually a requirement to receive food stamp benefits. Well, right there in Virginia, the income limit for 3 people to receive SNAP benefits is $2,748. So in Texas, in New York is $4,238, which is quite an amount. But remember that the cost of living in New York is also higher, so is in Florida, so is in California. So these requirements and these thresholds should be changed as soon as possible. Let me know in the comments below, what do you think about this whole situation, and will you be affected with this new work requirement, and how it's going to impact your life? Because remember, your opinion matters the most. I'll see you in the next video very soon. Till then, please take care and have a nice day.